Thanks for tuning in. This is Octobottom coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the folks at Factory Entertainment, we're going to be taking a look at their metal miniatures, specifically Hulk, Vision, Ultron, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, the Mark 43 version of Iron Man, Hawkeye, and of course, the Hulkbuster, all in 1/32 scale metal, fully painted figures. For the package, as you can see, each of them has on the side an image of the actual figure itself. You can see the Avengers Age of Ultron logo as well as the actual name of the character. On the side, you have the Factory Entertainment logo with a really cool metal sort of plate background. The opposite side says Avengers Age of Ultron, and then it says Metal Miniature. And then you can actually slide the outer package out. It gets a little bit stiff. There we go. Come on, wiggle. And then you can see you got a cube with all those different kind of plates of metal. And then on the inside, again, it slides open. Just like so, you got more metal kind of finish on the inside. You have a heavy duty foam insert on all of them. I mean, seriously heavy duty. You have a little cautionary sort of piece of sticker right in there. You remove that, you got some extra padding that protects the figure. You pull it out, you got some more padding on there, and then you can see you have a very nice thick and large foam bottom section. And then you have the actual metal figure protected in some plastic wrap. You remove it, and for example, here we have the fully painted metal version of Black Widow out of the packaging. Now we'll take a closer look at that here in a bit, but all the other packages have a very similar sort of layout. And obviously when you look down here in the bottom, the Hulkbuster is the biggest. But for the packaging on these, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get them out here and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have the metal miniatures open up and out of their packaging, and first impression as soon as I got these out of the box was just how heavy these are. They're made out of metal, and for some reason I just didn't expect them to be this heavy. As you can see, it actually stops my turntable. These pieces really are very, very substantial in terms of their overall heft. The other thing that's really very impressive is the overall paint detail on them. They're all hand painted and really do look terrific just all the way throughout. The other really nice aspect of these is that you can see they are pretty small in terms of their size. So you can have all of your Avengers kind of displayed like this and really not take up much space in a display. And for a lot of collectors, space is a premium, and these really do look great and do not take up a considerable amount of room. Now, starting off first, all of them actually do come with this little kind of checklist which lists all of the available figures, and then on the back it also has some care and handling instructions, and it also dubs as a certificate of authenticity. Now, starting off first with Black Widow, as you can see, probably the smallest of them all, but an amazing amount of detail painted throughout the entire piece. As you can see, they all come with this attached display stand with the Age of Ultron logo and then their name, as well as the number in the production run, which, as you can see, this is number 15, but great detail. Again, I want to come in as close as I can here to kind of show this off. It's really quite impressive. I mean, great detail on the face. Some nice blue and silver highlights kind of put throughout there, coming down to the knee pads. You got that as well. Just overall great detail throughout the entire thing. And you can see it's pretty small, and you also have some nice blue on her batons. Very small. I mean, you can see how big it is in relation to my actual hand, but the detail is still really very exceptional. You can see a sculpted in gun there on the side. Like I said, she is the actual smallest of them all, and she comes in at about ½ of an ounce. But like all of them, she is made out of actual metal. Up next, we have the bad guy himself, Ultron, and again, really great detail. You got a very nice silver paint wash in there. You actually have some red highlights kind of put throughout there as well. One thing I will talk about is that because this is metal, you do want to be very careful with the little prongs on the side of his head. When you get this out of the packaging, there are some foam pieces in there meant to kind of protect it, but you do want to be very careful when you're removing that, because that can actually bend that metal. But again, great detail. I want to get that to kind of focus as much as possible. I mean, stunning detail on this entire thing. I mean, look at the amount of paint and detail that's actually put in the face. That looks great. Hopefully that's coming across very nicely, but you can see, again, very nice sculpted detail. We got the little red bits throughout there, nice molding on the actual legs. Again, you got the Avengers Age of Ultron logo with the name, as well as the number in the actual series for this, but really very, very cool. He's a little bit bigger of a figure, you know, and all of them kind of vary in terms of their sizes, and he comes in at about 4.3 ounces. So when compared to actual Black Widow, not only can you feel the difference, but you can see the big size difference here. Up next, one of my favorite characters, obviously Iron Man. This is the Mark 43 version. Again, real great paint detail. You got the nice silver, red, and gold bits kind of thrown out there. His repulsors here, you have a nice white paint. Same with his arc reactor. Great detail in the helmet itself. Back has an amazing amount of detail thrown throughout there. Again, the bottom section here has the nameplate with the number in the series. But again, just amazing, amazing detail throughout the entire piece. I mean, they really did a great job of hand painting it. For such small pieces, they really captured a lot of that very iconic detail that all these characters actually have. And then size-wise, like I said, all of them kind of vary. And then for his weight, again, made out of metal, he comes in at about 4 ounces or so. Next up, we have the Hawkeye in this really kind of contorted pose where he's shooting his arrow, which I think looks really cool. Again, you got the nice display stand on the bottom. Great detail with the pants, the different colors. I love the little flow for his jacket here. You got his quiver on the back. I was mistaken. I think I said that she was like a ½ ounce. It actually lists her as about 2 ounces, whereas he's about 2.3. So he does get a little bit bigger, but again, you can see size-wise, they're roughly the same. But obviously, Clint's going to be a little bit taller, but the way that his body is positioned, it's really kind of skewed. And then again, coming in to take a closer look, I mean, a lot of the likenesses really aren't there, I would guess, but I mean, just going by on how small these are, I still think that they did an absolute terrific job. I mean, you even have the nice glove section on this hand right here where he's pulling his arrow back. I mean, really great detail on this entire thing. And then coming to take a look at Vision. Again, absolutely terrific detail and paint applications on this. He is one of 2 of these characters that have an actual cape, and you can see just great flow to it. I mean, everything on here looks great. Nice paint on here as well, with the red and the gold throughout there. And then a great pose. I really like that kind of dramatic look that they actually captured here. Nice green. You got a little bit of a metallic green here in the actual head area as well. Coming in to take a closer look at that face sculpt. Hopefully, again, stay in focus. You can actually see that they have a little bit there at the forehead area for his gem, which does look really cool. But again, you know, all hand painted, so each one is going to be a little bit different, but all basically, you know, looking essentially the same and very cool in general. With the addition of the cape here, he actually does get a little bit bigger, coming in at a little bit over 5 ounces in weight, which again, I mean, really nice heft to these. And here we have the one and only Captain America in this really cool heroic sort of lunge. Again, great paint detail throughout the entire thing. Heavy duty. You got that nice Captain America display base. Good use of paint throughout the entire thing. Even I like how on the inside of it, it actually is painted silver on his shield. And then you still even got the little painted details on the actual arm on the inside, which is a real nice touch. Real nice, clean, cool looking shield. Obviously, his costume changed a little bit because of Civil War, but in general, this is how he looked in the Age of Ultron movie, and I think they captured it very nicely. Again, a real nice heft to it, coming in at about 3.8 ounces, so a little bit lighter of a figure, but you can see, I mean, really not too much to it. But again, nice metal throughout the entire thing, great detail, nice paint, just an overall really very cool looking display piece. Now coming into the third most heaviest figure at 9.6 ounces, here we have Thor. And again, this is the second figure to utilize a cape with great flow throughout there as well. Very heavy duty, very thick. But again, great detail on the rest of the body. Some really nice silver paint kind of put on the armor bits and everything. You got Mjolnir with a really nice and reflective bluish sort of paint on there, giving it a very kind of lit up look to it, which I think looks fantastic. The base on the bottom here, you can see this is number 852 in the series. As I said, this is the third heaviest of them, and at 9 ounces, I mean, 16 ounces is a pound, so you can guess this is almost a pound, and it looks absolutely terrific.
Then coming in and at 11.4 ounces, here we have Hulk. Now, Hulk and the Hulkbuster, they're really kind of meant to go together. Obviously, the way that the pose is, it looks a little bit better having them locked in battle, but just taking a look at Hulk himself, great variation in the paint. I love the different tones that they captured of the greens and such. Really super, super cool. Very massive, bulky, great musculature throughout the entire thing. Again, sculpting-wise is amazing. You got the base with his name in the movie logo there. Great expression in the face, very angry looking. And then, like I said, he is with the Hulkbuster. And this thing, as you can see, absolutely massive and very, very heavy. Coming in at 3 pounds, 4 ounces. This is massive. Throughout the entire thing, you have a great amount of paint detail, probably the best out of all of them. More than likely just because you have a much bigger surface to work with, but as you can see, great silver detail with some scratches. You got the reds, the golds, all those colors that you would imagine. The bottom, you have that same base, but again, this is how he is meant to kind of go. It just is a much more iconic kind of battle pose, but in general, they just look so wicked cool together. I mean, really, they do. I mean, I don't even know. One thing that I will say is it does take a little bit of positioning to kind of get everything lined up properly, and you got the little base section right here that does kind of meet, so you do have to be a little bit creative with your positioning of it to kind of get it look like they're actually locked in battle. But these two pieces look really amazing together. And like I said, size-wise, I was absolutely amazed at how much this particular piece weighed. All of them were kind of like, wow, that's pretty heavy. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Wow, that's pretty heavy. And then when I got to the Hulkbuster, I'm like, jeez, I was just blown away by it. I mean, like I said, 3.4 ounces of all heavy-duty metal. And you can hear, it's solid all the way throughout. Really, very terrific, amazing pieces. Although absolutely terrific, well-made looking display pieces. I've absolutely been blown away by these. The paint detail, the sculpting are all very nice, and the sheer heft of them just absolutely blows me away. And as a huge Avenger fan, I absolutely love having these in my collection. So if these pieces are something that you'd be interested in adding to your displays, they are available right now at Factory Entertainment at factoryent.com. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Factory Entertainment's website where you can check out availability on these guys, as well as the rest of their wide array of amazing collectibles. Again, I want to send a very special thanks to the folks at Factory Entertainment, specifically Tom, for helping to make this review possible. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that if you like this video, to please like and share it. It goes a long way towards helping me out. Also, be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you get instant email notifications and you never miss out on a future review of mine. And as always, until next time, be excellent to each other.